All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Half from minipokemon.com, and today I wanted just to make a quick video to talk about the Pokemon landscape. As you know, I haven't been updating a lot here on the YouTube channel because I've been super busy trying to grow minipokemon.com, and there's amazing things coming out of the website. I appreciate all the support. Thank you, everyone that have supported minipokemon.com so far. 2020 has been a fantastic year, and hopefully 2021 will be even better. As you know, we have our subscription boxes, which we send packs to you every month. And at the same time, we're about to launch a membership program in 2021, which is going to revolutionize the way you collect and the way you actually spend money. The idea behind the membership program is to have a place that you will not overpay for Pokemon, and at the same time, a great place to meet other collectors. But stand by for that. It's going to be amazing. Now, I recorded a video a couple of months ago, actually, that I never published. I never published it. I was talking about Hidden Fates, how the state of Pokemon was a little bit worrisome because a lot of people were buying into the hype, and how Hidden Fates probably was going to plummet in value on if there was another reprint. And just the day after recording that video, the reprint was announced, and that's why I never released it. But now I thought it was a good opportunity to come up and talk about this Pokemon universe so far, and how do I see the market? And there's plenty of channels already doing this. I'm happy to see more channels talking about the economics of Pokemon and seeing this hobby evolve to a point that people now talk about investment. When I started this channel and collecting, a lot of people had this taboo against investing in Pokemon, which I don't think it's bad. It's another asset that you can use for your portfolio. And at the same time, if you enjoy it, that's great, right? It doesn't mean that you will sell the cards, but it's a free hobby, right? You can just buy those cards and keep it in your collection, knowing that they will keep growing. The concern here, and the main topic of this video, is that Pokemon is in some sort of exponential growth. We see a lot of interest right now. Everyone is getting into the hobby again. We have an influx of people that used to collect or that had a lot of good memories in Pokemon Go joining the hobby again and coming back into it, which is great. We have this massive influx of people coming back into the hobby to relieve what they had when they were younger. But at the same time, the prices are growing out of control. We just hit a record sale of I have first edition booster box for $375,000. That is a massive, not massive growth from like 100K to 375K in a couple of months. It's just unsustainable. We see Charizard's growing exponentially as well, and other cards of the different sets exponentially. We see product that hasn't been even launched because there's some production issues on Pokemon, which we'll touch in a little bit. We see that product like Vivid Voltage that hasn't been released going up in value even before release, which is insane. Now, for people complaining that the boxes on Vivid Voltage are 120, 130, please keep in mind that MSRP on booster boxes is $140. Now, stores like minipokemon.com, we usually sell them for way less. We basically get pennies on of the dollar on every pack from that booster box, but we want to bring value, and competition out there is fierceful, so we need to do a race to the bottom and actually reduce the prices, which is great for you as a collector slash investor. It's bad for us as a store, but it doesn't matter. That's a separate topic. The point here is, like, if you have this exponential growth, there's a point where it's not longer sustainable, and we have more big whales coming into the hobby because they see that there's money there, and there's other people that don't care about Pokemon just putting money into it. When there's money to be made, people that are very savvy investors will jump in, make the money, and leave. People that are selling today, that these prices that are inflated, are people that bought when Pokemon was very low. They're pumping it up so that they can sell it, and that's where the point where there's no longer people willing to buy at those higher prices. They start bleeding into lower priced items, and then eventually those low price items go up in value, which eventually leaves people with nothing to buy. And then the market collapses. I'm not saying it's going to collapse tomorrow, maybe not in a year, but not there's nothing that can go up forever. So be very careful with what you invest. Be very careful. We're at this point that it's growing so fast that you might buy in that peak and you might regret it if you're there just for investing. If you're there for because you like the card and because you love the hobby and you want to keep it for the next 20 years, don't worry about this. Just go and buy it. The card probably will keep its value, even go up eventually. If there's a retrace or is a trace back of prices and you're here for the long run, I'm confident, but you never know, right? We cannot predict the future, but I'm confident that Pokemon will be here for hundreds of years more. So I'm assuming that interest will keep going up and the prices will stabilize and then start to go up again. So if there's a trace back, it's not the end of the world. Just be careful to what you invest in. Now let's touch a little bit on the vintage and modern. So vintage, as you saw, as I've been talking just now, it's been growing exponentially. But what happens with modern? Modern, it's also growing a lot. Like there's been a hit in the amount of people that have been trying to get a hold on modern product to the point that Pokemon is not printing enough. They were caught off guard and now they're reprinting and trying to catch up with the demand. Now, we've seen this happen before. There's clear signals out there. If history is a lesson, when a trading card game starts to overprint sets, the whole market collapses. We saw it in the 90s with the baseball cards and the sports cards in general. There were a lot of overprinting. They were flying off the shelves, and people were accumulating these cards thinking that they will become valuable. I'm not saying modern will not become valuable. I don't know. I don't have a magic ball, but I'm just being cautious about cards because there are so many out there. Like there's another reprint on Elite Trainer boxes from Hidden Fates that will increase the amount of shiny Charizards that are out there, or shiny Charizards that are graded. And now we have more savvy collectors that actually are grading their cards, preserving them. So we're having a huge increase in population of cards. So my concerns here is that most likely the card market of modern will not grow as you're expecting with vintage. Even if in 20 years, I don't expect it to grow that much because there's so many cards being printed and so many being graded already that they're not going to become loose. Now, there's a counter argument that if this market keeps growing at the same pace, where there's more people joining in the hobby, like people that were part of the Ruby and Sapphire era, then maybe that's more people that will actually increase the market cap because they are going to start buying those old cards. And so if we keep this momentum and people that are right now in their 35s, 34, that are 30s, that are going back to their hobby from red and blue, and then we have the people that are from the Ruby and Sapphire era joining in the same kind of speed as we are joining in, then we're going to keep that growth. And then the same with Diamond and Pearl and so on. Right, I know that Gen 4 was a big one. Probably we'll see a good influx of people that when they reach around their 30s, just as we are here today at red, blue, gold, and silver, we're now all going into with a good amount of money to pump up the market. We'll probably see the same on Gen 4, which was a huge popular game. So the concern here that I wanted to explain and express, and I've been going in this tangent, but hopefully you're getting some value out of this, is my market analysis right now. What I wanted to say is that be very cautious with modern, be very, very careful with the cards you invest in modern. If you're there for just collecting them, that's fine, but be very careful. Don't overpay for modern cards. Don't buy the new shiny Charizard when it's a week of release. Just wait a little bit to the market to stabilize. Like, they're going to keep reprinting. If Pokemon is seeing an influx of money on Hidden Fates, Champion's Path, Vivid Voltage, believe me, they're not going to cut the prints. They're going to print more, but it's going to take a little bit more time because they didn't expected this influx of people just pumping up and buying so much product. Like for my case, minipokemon.com. So a spike of traffic was starting from Champions Path. So this past August, September, October, and now November, this it just increased dramatically. Like the traffic, the amount of people buying from me, which is great. I appreciate it. It's too much, but as a store owner and as a collector, I wanted to just give you this whole analysis for you. Now, sealed product is different. If you're going to care about investing, my recommendation is sealed product. Even though they're going to print more and more, the tendency for people is to open the product. So sealed products is going to be always more scarce. I don't say it's going to be at the level of the vintage boxes that we have today, but we never know. Like the once the print runs are over, for example, Sword and Shield. Sword and Shield base set is no longer printed. It's now over. They are not reprinting. So that one, if you save it, maybe in some years, once their product is open and open and open and open, there's going to be a demand on Sword and Shield, but it's the demand on the sealed products, just like we see it today. You never know. So my predictions is that sealed product is going to keep growing more than cards themselves. So if I were to invest, I will be investing in modern sealed product and then keep it sealed for like 15, 20 years. It's also, there's a double side. There's the other side of that coin where, as I said, Pokemon, if they see money, they're going to reprint. We got reprints of sets that were already gone, like Ultra Prism. We got a reprint. Unbroken Bonds, there's a reprint, and there's a second reprint coming. So there's Unbroken Bonds. The Unbroken Bonds, we thought it was no longer available. It was out of print, and they brought it back from the dead. Evolutions. Let's touch a little bit on XY Evolutions. XY Evolutions was everywhere. People were like complaining a lot that, oh, I'm sick of about XY Evolutions. I don't care about it anymore, blah, blah, blah. But then we get this influx of people that are just rejoining, that never saw Evolutions because they're just joining this year. And now they want Evolutions. So Evolutions spiked up. See, like if you analyze the market, you can discover all these trends. And as an investor, collector, you need to do this type of analysis. And that's why I'm here to kind of chat a little bit with you and really start a conversation with you. I would love to hear here if you're still with me, to hear in the comment section, what do you think about this analysis? If this is useful, I'll do it more often. But talking about XY Evolutions, we have Kanto Power collections now flying off the shelves. People want them a lot. Believe me, if Pokemon sees that they're making a lot of money with XY Evolutions still, there's nothing limiting them on doing a reprint. So I will not be surprised, and mark my words, if we see an XY Evolutions reprint next year. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe we will. But we need to be careful. Now, XY Evolutions, I think it's a fantastic set, even though like people like said it was printed into Oblivion or whatever and burned. I still believe that XY Evolutions over the long run is going to keep its value and even grow more because it has that nostalgia, right? In 10, 15 years, when we're even older now, someone will pop up an XY Evolutions and people are going to go crazy with it because it's a reprint from the base set. It brings all those memories back again to you. What Pokemon has that we all love is that nostalgia, right? For me, is the nostalgia of opening the packs, of remembering getting that holo Hitmonchan or that holo Chansey, or even looking for that Blastoise Venus, or the thrill of seeing your friends with the Charizard, right? That is the nostalgia that we have. And it's the same in every era. Every single person that collects Pokemon or collect at some point on their lives was because of the happiness that those packs bring to you. It's about the memories. And people that didn't join on the base set side, or Fossil, or Wizards of the Coast era, even with the Nintendo era, like the EX cards, or the even modern ones, like the full art cards are beautiful. I would love to open some packs in like 5-6 years and get that full art card, which is a beautiful card, right? So I think we'll always get that type of nostalgia, unless like people hate paper in the future, which it might happen because we're moving all digital. You never know. But there will always be something magical about opening packs. And that's why for me, the cards are great and it's a good investment. But for me, if you care about the value, the investment, and growth, it will be sealed product over cards any time of the day. So the message in conclusion, be careful with what you're investing in today. Sealed is more safe than actually cards. But if you go with cards, be smart, invest in cards that are worth it. And if there's a hyped card right now because it just came out, just wait it a little bit, it will go down. Shiny Charizard spiked up in Hidden Fates, then came down. We are seeing the same in Champions Path. Believe me, the price of those Charizards are going to go a little bit down. So yeah, that's the analysis I had for today. I hope this is valuable for you. Thanks again for supporting minipokemon.com. And if you haven't done so, make sure to hit the follow notification bell and make sure to go and do your shopping at minipokemon.com. I would love to have you there. And I'm always available through our social medias. If you have any type of question, leave a comment here or hit me up at Facebook, Instagram, you name it. I'm always there. So until next time, remember, gotta collect them all.